Look at this story. The story of a married woman who was barren for 10 years. After 10 years of barrenness, fortune and destiny smiled on her and her husband. And God blessed her with a bouncing baby boy. The husband was so overjoyed, so grateful, that the husband got his check booklet, signed, wrote the wife's name, and gave the wife the check, open check, and told the wife, write any amount you need and go and buy whatever you want. I'm so grateful to you for making me a father after 10 years. The man was so grateful and gave the wife open check, just write any amount you want. And the wife took this check and wrote the amount she wanted and went to the supermarket to buy all the things she has ever desired and needed. And this woman was buying, picking every item she wishes, beautiful, luxury, name it, jewelries, clothes, bag, name it, phone, gadgets. She just bought everything. It was time to pay. As she was about to pay, the shop attendant told her that the manager of the shop wishes to see her. And this woman went inside. And the manager looked at this woman and said, I was observing you from the CCTV camera as you were picking all the items you need. You are such a beautiful woman. I couldn't resist inviting you. And this man told this woman, I can allow you to carry everything you have picked from this shop for free. And even add extra 2 million just if you will agree for us to go on a date in a hotel nearby. A woman whose husband gave an open check just stood there. I was saying, let me think about it. I say, think about what? You just carry all these things. And this woman said, it's okay, but you're not going to waste time. And she stupidly agreed and followed this man. And they went to the so-called hotel. They had an affair, after which they came out. The man gave her the 2 million naira he promised, allowed her to carry all the things she selected from the shop, all the things she picked, and then this woman went home. And then pocketed the empty check, the money the husband gave her, and she was very happy. 1 month down the line, tragedy struck. Next week I tell you. No! Did I say I'm not going to tell you? I said next week I tell you now. Okay, so 1 month, the baby in the arm started showing signs of strange sickness. The baby was looking so sickly. So they took the baby to the hospital where the woman was delivered of the child. The doctor ran some battery of tests. And then when the result came out, when the doctor studied the result, he looked at the woman in shock and horror and asked the woman, how come you delivered this baby in this hospital? What happened? That the sickness that was found in the baby's body was not found during antenatal even when the baby was born. They tested the woman tested positive of that disease. They tested the husband tested negative. And they asked the woman, it happened that that man she slept with infected her with a terrible disease. A woman who was given an open check to take any amount. Let me tell you. What temptation reveals about you? What temptation reveals about you is what I can call strength of character. It's not about how wealthy or how poor you are. It is about having a sense of core values that no matter what, you cannot compromise. Do you know the surprising thing about the temptation that came to Jesus today? For instance, Jesus fasted for 40 days. He was so hungry, was so weak, and the devil came with what he knew that Jesus needed so much at that time. What he needed most at that time was food. And he told him, turn this stone into what? Bread. Who wouldn't? It will be irresistible. Normally you should feel hungry after 40 days. But because Jesus has what I can call strength of character, what response did Jesus give him? Man does not live by bread alone. Because tomorrow you will say, the reason why I fell for this temptation is because I was hungry. That was why. But it's not always the case. Because if you read Genesis, you will discover that Adam and Eve were tempted in a paradise of wealth and fortune, in a paradise of abundance. When Adam and Eve were tested in the paradise, they had everything. They were told, eat of every fruit, take everything in this paradise, except that forbidden fruit, except that one. So it's not a question of poverty. And in the case of Jesus, Jesus was tempted in a desert of want, poverty, and destitution. In desert, there is nothing like food. There's nothing like water. Desert is a place of want, suffering, and hunger. So Jesus was tempted there, but he didn't fall. Because tomorrow now you will enter university. You say, oh, I'm finding it difficult to cope. The money my parents are giving me is not enough. I don't even have enough money to pay for my school fees. And you start following sugar daddy. You start following Yahoo boys. Because you want to meet ends. Poverty will not be an excuse for you to fall into any temptation. Consequences can be enormous. So place a premium on yourself. Don't have a price tag. As a young girl, tell yourself, I'm not going to have a price tag. What do I mean by having a price tag? That one naughty boy can call another naughty boy, and they place a bet over your head and say, if we give Chiamaka 2,000 naira or a bottle of malt and one lap of chicken, Chiamaka is a goner. If boys can say that about you, it shows that you are morally dead. It shows that you have a price tag. It shows that there is something people can bring and then you will fall. But tell them you are priceless. Tell them you are such a treasure that they cannot deceive with whatever. Many young people have met their tragedy because they compromise value, integrity, and standard. Don't.